think, first of all, and coming back to that, this decision was a coherent decision based on our data approach, meeting to meeting, that we decide when there's new data, then maybe we come to a conclusion to lower interest rates. This is what we did last week. I'm not one of these who will speculate what will come next. So this discussion about 25 or maybe something different, I guess at the end this is not helpful. We are living in a very uncertain environment, so we have to wait for the new data and then we have to decide.
But can I say to you, is it not helpful to limit yourself to 25 basis points, to at least have the option now of 50?
I think we did what we did, and this is based on the way this is the way we conducted monetary policy here over the past. So we keep our flexibility in every direction.
Inflation is now below target, so whether it stays there is a matter for debate. And I think the ECB believes it's going to bump high from here, but the market believes even if it does, it's quickly going to come down. What are the downside risks for inflation, whether it could be entrenched below target from here?
I think we shouldn't become too complacent here. I think that was the September data I just referred to. Maybe there's also a certain probability that the upcoming data for October, November, December might go in the other direction. So as I said, we should keep our flexibility here, data-dependent approach. I think this is the best strategy that was really worked well over the last 2.5 years, and we should stay that course. We shouldn't deviate from that. I think this is the more important aspect of what we did in the past, and I guess we should follow this path.
Something that was quite interesting in the press conference, I think all the journalists sat back and said, oh, that's an interesting phrase to be using around trade tensions and the potential impact that has on ECB policymaking. Here we're talking a lot about trade fragmentation and how that could also steer us off course on both growth and inflation. In your mind, what is the risk factor around an escalation in trade tensions?
I think, first of all, let me mention that we have a clear mandate on the Eurosystem side. This is price stability. We have a single mandate. Yes, you're right. There are a lot of uncertainties out there, and trade is one of these uncertainties. The tariff discussion, I personally see this not as a very helpful discussion. It is producing harm on both sides of the Atlantic, everywhere in the world. So we have to really look at that. What does that mean? What is the spillover that might come from the tariff, from the trade discussion? It is one of these uncertainties.
Just rounding out monetary policy, there's a debate or discussion that's taken place, and I was talking to two members already about whether neutral rates and terminal are the same, or whether you end up below the neutral rate at some point in the cycle now. Do you think that is possible, given what you see on the fiscal side? Is it possible that monetary policy is going to have to do the heavy lifting yet again, and you could end up having to stimulate the economy?
I think, first of all, I do not know where the neutral rate is. I think this is also a kind of an uncertainty. So, as I alluded to, I think it is important to keep that stance, meeting to meeting, being dependent on the new data that is coming in. This is what we do also for our December meeting, and there are so many uncertainties. So I cannot tell you what is necessary to do in 2025. Important to me is what I see so far is that inflation is definitely going into the right direction. So this is a success. We shouldn't forget that, where we came from. We hiked 10 times, now we had the opportunity to go 3 times lower. What is coming, I think we shouldn't speculate too much. It's really dependent on the incoming data.